So this time around, we do have Huxworth with us again. But this time, we have Captain Garrick with us as our tank. Krenna Earthdaughter is here as our healer. And we have Shuja Grimax here. You guys remember Captain Garrick, right? From the starting zone for new players? At least on the Alliance side. Hey, Wenbrandt.
What path brought you here?
You know, maybe the quest is actually inside the dungeon. Maybe I didn't think about that. Because, I mean, he's here to give the quest, so maybe that'll be the case when we go into Dark Flame. I don't know. So, this is the Meadery for Cinderbrew, huh? Under new management, the Cinderbrew Meadery is a focal point of unbound earthen culture. And under the dotage of Wenbrandt, the Meadery has crafted a fiery, potent brew enjoyed by all earthen. However, the Meadery has been the victim of a hostile corporate acquisition by Goldie Baronbottom, a goblin entrepreneur, ushering in a new age of mass-produced Cinderbrew. Because of course the goblins would jump on the opportunity to try to make a profit off this. You know? Of course they would. I'm just like, why am I not surprised by this, you know? Overindulged patrons, venture company patrons.
What do we have here? New customers? Or are you looking for something a little harder? Show them what we got on tap, Eldryer!
Oh. Al Dryer. Garrick was like, yeah, no, I'm pulling stuff. Let's go.
I need to get closer. I don't have a target.
Oi! Can't a dishonest burglar make a living?
Huh. What? Can't a dishonest barkeep make a living? At least he's being honest about being dishonest. Which sounds strange, I know, but... At least he's admitting it. Holy mackerel. Okay, yeah, this place hits hard. Also note that when I die, the party basically resets. Okay, hold on, where is Garrick? Oh, she's right here. I'm like, Huxworth has a tendency to be the one to go and pull. I know he's the hunter, but come on. Like, hey, Hunter, how about you let Garrick tank? I have a feeling this is, I mean, this is just the follower dungeon. I have yet to obviously experience what these dungeons are going to be on normal or even heroic. Because I wanted, you know, my first time in here to be like what I'm actually experiencing for the first times for the story and such. I obviously know that I am going to be experiencing these dungeons a lot in the coming months, or possibly the next couple of years, depending on how long we're actually going to be in this expansion. And I know that my guildmates are already, like, working on it because they are already doing the heroic version of these dungeons because they want to try and get the gear that you can get from this already. That was Chef Chewy, by the way. I'm waiting for Garrick to at some point be like, Demon Hunter, stop pulling! It would be really funny if they program it where whoever your tank is, like, and you start pulling as DPS, that your tank gets really upset with you, like, will you stop pulling? They start having the AI tanks do the you pull it, you tank it philosophy. That'd be really funny. So our first boss is going to be Brewmaster Aldir. Barkeep and Brewmaster for the Meadery. Aldir has more than mead on tap. Anyone who messes with the Cinderbrew Meadery's new management messes with Aldir, and he has many friends in low places. I'm seeing Grimax, and I'm just getting reminded that people keep saying that that Elemental Shaman is just super strong right now. I mean, I guess at some point I may try it out. I've just always been much more of a fan of Enhancement. You know, Enhancement was my main spec for a long time. And there's just something about Elemental that's just never really gelled with me. Alright, so now, Garrick is just going to go ahead and pull.
It's to be a bar fight then. Good.
It's to be a bar fight then. Good.
Goes down smooth.
Blazing Belch. Oh gosh. That's a frontal that's going to hurt.
Break it up.
I'm out of range.
Time for happy hour.
Happy hour.
Another one.
Another one! Oh! Okay, so those are just kind of like fake ghostly patrons, apparently. Oh, wait, do we have to... Oh! I see! So I have to get a Cinderbrew and then be like, hey! I'll bring you your mead! Here you go! Keep them coming! And you have to do that in order to be able to then fight the boss again. Okay.
Guess that was last call.
Guess so.
Are you here to help? My zeal to get back in business led to faulty reasoning.
Your pal here signed some papers he didn't read. And now Goldie Baronbottom is BEO of this joint.
BEO?
You... Help me. Please get my Meadery back, Outlander.
Okay, so they slammed the table, inflicting damage to the group, reducing our haste by 25% until they are appeased. Okay. Obviously, that's, like, I'm kind of trying to see if I can get a glimpse of some of the mechanics for these fights, since I know I'll be doing these in Mythic Plus. And I'm just already anticipating that certain mechanics are probably going to be a pain to do in Mythic Plus. That's just my anticipation. Alright, so since it's next in the journal, we'll just go ahead and go this way. A flamethrower. Requires a gnome, a goblin, a mecha-gnome, or at least 25 skill in Kaz Algar engineering. Huh. Interesting that there are certain... Okay, hold on. Is this gonna... I'm already anticipating. Oh gosh, here's what I'm already thinking. There are certain... Because this is not the first one that we encountered. Remember, in the other dungeon we encountered this? There are these things in these dungeons that are going to prompt players to say, we're doing a key of this dungeon, which means I require you to be this race or have this profession. Because think about this. If, let's say this apparently makes the dungeon easier, you're now going to see players actually list, when they list their keys, that you have to be a gnome, a goblin, a mecha-gnome, or have engineering. That's going to be a requirement that people will list in their keys. I can already anticipate this. Now, maybe I'm overblowing it. Maybe I'm making a bigger deal out of this. This is just my anticipation that this is a thing that's here for a reason, and maybe that is something that actually could be a thing possibly. This is more so like a prediction, because let's just say I've gotten acquainted with how Mythic Plus players
It's too far
operate.
away.
Now, yes, I usually do like to do keys with my guildmates, but there are times I do keys with pugs. Let's just say that after watching the Daily Preach quite a lot, I kind of like started to agree with Preach that, you know what, sometimes just playing with pugs just kind of changes up the experience, you know? I mean, yes, you're going to get some bad ones, but you're sometimes also going to get some good ones. Just because they are pugs doesn't mean it's always going to be bad. Sometimes there will be pugs that will actually be really great and really fun. That's actually how I met my current guild. I joined them. They were doing the guild one, but to me, it was pugs. I was a pug to them. I joined them as a pug in BFA for a run in Underrot. And that connection stuck with me for a long time because they were a nice group. And that's the kind of thing that can happen.
I need a target.
Well, I can tell you what, this trash is also going to be quite annoying to deal with. I'm already wondering like how people are going to be feeling about some of these dungeons, especially from the standpoint of how they're going to be when you do them on higher difficulties. Because again, we kind of like now in this Mythic Plus world we live in, I can't help but wonder these things.
I need to get closer. I need a target.
Hold on, where is the... Oh, here it is. Now what is this, though? Flavor Scientist? Free samples! Oh man, that's funny. I'm gonna probably also check, because I'm sure people are already making guides about these dungeons on YouTube. For those who are gonna be like preparing to do this in Mythic Plus when it eventually happens.
Filters! It's running too hot! The mead will be substandard!
Yeah, but there'll be more of it. More meat, more money. That's good business.
No it's not.
Cinderbrew was my personal directive.
Not if it's bad.
She's ruining everything.
Wembrandt, I cannot believe you actually got into business with goblins. Oh, the naivete of the earthen. It's so sad. You'll never find out the secret ingredient. Oh gosh, is this the boss? It is.
An elemental made of mead? Oh, my Cinderbrew!
A mead elemental. The product. The product of an industrial accident. Mead elemental IPA is as angry about its existence as it is about its meadery being disturbed. It is the full-bodied embodiment of the fiery punch of Cinderbrew mead, and will lay anyone who tangles with it out flat. Man, the puddles of meat on the floor, that's going to be such a annoyance to deal with. Burning fermentation.
Meat elemental took months of R&D. You goody-goodies don't know who you're dealing with. You do any more damage, and I'll cash you out, you hear me?
Goldie, I had never even heard of you, before this. That shows how, like, important you are amongst the goblins. Nobody even knew who you were. Now, Mirren, Noggenfogger, and Gazlo? Oh, everybody knows who they are. Because they've earned that, unlike you. Gazlo would come through here and be like, "What the heck are you doing?" Then again, Gazlo got himself in a weird situation in Ajkahet, so which I wouldn't have anticipated from him. So I don't know. What do I know? I guess. I like that this door opens up so we can go to the other side now. Uh-oh. And now we're in the bee side of things. Worker bees. Get him, Garrick. LOS! LOS!
It's too far away.
A honey harvester. Well, look who it is. Looks like one of our old friends from Brackenhide Hollow made his way over here. Royal Jelly Pavea. This is a massively filled hallway. Oh man, I can tell you what. People are going to be making big pulls. Pull and then LOS right here to drag them all right here. I can already anticipate the strategies are going to get made here. Oh, so that's what happens if you stand in that circle. You get encased in honey? Is that what that was? What you laughing at, man?
I need to get closer. I'm out of
What?
range.
Hey! Oh, I get it. He was a Beastmaster hunter and those bees were his pets. I get it. Alright, LOS, LOS. Or not. Never mind.
I need to get closer.
Hopefully the game will definitely be more stable by the time these dungeons become Mythic Plus. Like, I would tell Blizzard, like, look, you gotta make the game more stable if you're going to turn these into Mythic Plus.
Bees? You put them in cages? They should be free gathering pollen in the forest!
We had to lock up your bees. Letting them be free range was too much labor. And their anger and frustration just makes their honey spicier. Right, Bank? Bank!
So that's Bank Buzzbee, who is on top of, I guess, one of the, I don't know, main bees of this group? Bank's qualifications for beekeeping may be dubious, but he does seem to have a knack for controlling bees and streamlining honey extracting operations. But his tampering has limited the bees' freedom and sacrificed the mead's quality, and this cannot stand. I am getting Cinderbee belly. But honestly, that's not necessarily what I actually need from the Cinder Bees. I need more of these right here. But I can only do that if I skin them. And so far, I'm not getting to skin any of these bees. Wow. Pretty sure Garrick used a lay on hands there at one point.
It's too far away.
Time to bust out my bees! The best for my bees! Hot honey coming at ya! Flap those wings, darling! Burns so sweet!
I'm out of range.
Oof. Those puddles look bad. Ravenous Cinder Bees.
Hot honey coming at ya! Get those wings pumping!
I need to get closer. It's too far away.
Burns so sweet! Who will be the bee's knees now?
We should use them to make a beeline to Goldie's office. Come back to the taps to use them.
You're really trying to be a bee in my bonnet, ain't ya? You may have disrupted my business, but I'm still boss, and this is still my meadery!
And of course, we're now going to beeline right for her.
My prototype and my beekeeper. And now you're riding my bees like some nature-loving weirdo? I guess I'm gonna have to show ya and your rock-headed friend who's boss!
I love that she is surrounded by literal yes man. Savvy businesswoman Goldie Barrenbottom knows a good opportunity when she sees it, like the Cinderbrew Meadery. After barging in and swindling one brand out of business, Goldie mostly lets her cronies do the work. Even so, she's not afraid to roll up her sleeves and wallop do-gooders herself. Okay. Absolutely fantastic idea. I agree. Literal yes men. That is hysterical. And of course, a goblin would surround themselves with yes men.
Alright, you may have gotten my employees, but now you're dealing with the BEO herself. You won't be taking this meadery from me!
Watch us.
Cashing out! Move time!
Oh gosh, those exploded into other... Wow.
I'm out of range.
Killing is my business. It was a risk-averse market.
Oh my gosh. Goldie's letter. You look at the note, but you can't make out the words. Requires a goblin, or at least 25 skill in inscription.
Thank the Hive.
It was a grave error listening to Goldie. But because of you, I can hire back my workers and get back in business. Thanks again.
So at some point, I'm gonna have to bring my Goblin DK when I get her to 80 to this place so that she can be able to actually read what that says. Why is there a cockroach? I thought, you know what? Never mind. Of course, there's a big vault here with a bunch of gold around because, well... Although it does show how incredibly profitable this meadery was for Wenbrandt.
Speak freely. No direct.
Heartfelt thank you for what you did to at the Cinderbrew meadery. Driving away Venture Company was no small feat, but thanks to you, we've reclaimed our beloved meadery and will resume making Cinderbrew the right way, the way we have made it for centuries.
Let's commit our meeting to memory.
Glad I could help, Wenbrandt. Alright, when we return, I guess we'll head into the Dark Flame Cleft and deal with the Candle King. Stay tuned.